even understand why is that when people are being deported, their own country doesn't want to accept them. If your own country doesn't want to accept you, why should another country accept you?
Somalia has been excluded from Kenya's new visa-free travel policy, and many people are outraged, while citizens from most African and Caribbean nations can now enter Kenya without a visa. Somalis have been specifically left out.
So you mean to tell me that no African country wants the silly Malians?
If Ruto agrees to take the deported Somalis into Kenya, we are going to the streets.
So you mean to tell me that no African country wants the silly Malians? I was just watching, I don't even know what I was watching, but they said if certain African countries allow Somalians to come to their country, they're going to go to the streets because they don't want the Somalians. They don't want the Somalians in their country. Silly Malians. I thought y'all was the best. I thought y'all was smart. I thought y'all had that good hair. I thought y'all had that good nose. They don't want you in other African countries. They said go back to Mogadishu. Go back to silly Malia. Why don't y'all want to go back to silly Malia? So none of the other African countries want Somalians that are getting deported from the United States and other places.
Y'all never claim black. Y'all don't even want to say y'all African. Get what I'm saying? Y'all don't want to be claimed with Africa. Only thing y'all want to be connected to is the Arabs. And that's wild to me. But all of a sudden, y'all want to be called black. And it's funny. And reason why I know that Somalians don't want to be referred to as dark melanated people, even though Somalians are dark too. That's the funny part.
If President John Mahama agree to take these deported Somalians into Ghana, we are also going to go to the streets, of course. I agree with you, my sister. And you know, sometimes I say that you need to leave the African experience to understand certain things. Now we hear what is happening in Minnesota. And we are not even saying that Trump is right or wrong. That is not what some of us are even talking about. But we are thinking, or we are watching how you are coming online and trolling Black Americans and trolling and making fun of whatever is happening. And you have some Africans supporting you to do whatever you are doing. Now they are deporting you. Now they are tracing your IP addresses because you said Minnesota was promised to you 3,000 years ago. We come online to do live streams and we tell you to stop. Because if you don't stop, it will affect you and it will affect a lot of Africans. Now it is even affecting Ethiopians. How dare you go to somebody's country? You have some of these diasporans supporting you. At the end of the day, these people are Black Americans. They will not be deported. You will be deported. So to those of you giving these people the energy and the engine to keep doing whatever they are doing, you see that they are supporting them. So do you think you are helping them or you are destroying them? And I don't even understand why is that when people are being deported, their own country doesn't want to accept them. If your own country doesn't want to accept you, why should another country accept you? President John Mahama, no one yes I mistake we. Somebody who will come to my platform and call me a monkey. I guess I'm a nice monkey then. You see, they are deporting you. And now they are looking for African countries to actually really accept you. I am not saying that all Somalis, I am not saying that all the communities are doing it. But what you are doing on this app and what you are doing on this internet, you even say you don't need our help. So which means we cannot even speak. But at the end of the day, when they deport you, you are coming to our countries. This is not acceptable. If you're a Somali and then you are listening. And I know they will come to this video in the comment with their shenanigans. You understand? So if you're a Ghanaian, please listen. Be careful. Let's keep watching and let's keep talking. If they don't know, because I've stopped, I'm not even going live about Somalians again because they'll come and insult me. They'll come and call me monkey. They'll come and call me weak. You see? And this is what I say. You are only tough online, but when the law catches with you, then you will know where you are going to be. You are here calling people Jarrell, and it is affecting almost all the Africans. And some of us, the sensible ones, when we are talking, you come and insult us. But I don't blame you. You have some Black Americans, you have some Caribbean people who support you. We are all Africans. At the end of the day, you are going to be deported, and we are going to feel the heat. You understand what I'm saying? A word to a white is enough.
Right now, Somali communities across multiple regions are experiencing harsh reality. Deportations are increasing, visas are being denied, refugee systems are pulling back. And when calls for help are going out, the silence is loud. This isn't happening in one country, it is happening globally. It's not one policy, it's not one political party. This is a global shift. Western countries are tightening immigration rules. African countries are enforcing capacity limits. Middle Eastern states are prioritizing citizens over migrants. And suddenly, people who believed they always had a backup, they actually don't.
Uganda is often described as one of Africa's main refugee destinations, hosting over 1.6 million refugees from South Sudan, the DRC, Somalia, Ethiopia, name it, providing an open border policy for displaced families. But in December 2025, the government made a sharp turn. Uganda announced that it will no longer be giving refugee status to Ethiopians, Somalians, and Eritreans, simply saying that the money has run out. So what's actually going on? Because this shift didn't come out of nowhere. It grew out of a collapse in international funding, a crisis that the UN has warned about for years. Because Uganda's refugee system has for long been heavily donor dependent. In some service areas and during some years, external funding covered majority of these expenses.
For years, there was a belief that something would always catch you. A neighboring country, a visa exemption, a refugee program, an international organization, but that safety net depended on funding, political goodwill, and social cooperation, all three of which are shrinking. Well, deportation itself isn't new. So what's shocking people now is what comes after. People are being returned and realizing borders nearby are closed. Visas that were once free are now denied. Transit countries don't want long-term responsibility. The assumption that someone else will take us is collapsing. So, let's talk honestly about the region. Countries like Kenya, Uganda have the highest number of refugees, and now they are under immense pressure. They are dealing with high unemployment, rising living costs, reduced international aid. When governments say they can't accommodate more people, that's not hate. That's math.
Someone texts me, a Somali follower of mine, and says that, the reason why some Somalis says they are Arabs because they are just been brainwashed, and which is something true, there is no need for us to even discuss about that. But one of the main reasons why some Somalis also thinks that they are Arabs is because of the educational system in Somalia, not only in Somalia, but even like different parts of Africa, the way some of us or some of our people think. So now in Somalia also, it has to do with the political aspect as well. Where Somalia is located, they also want to connect with the Arab countries for the free trade and so on and so forth. But if you are a Somali, you think you are an Arab, this is what is just waiting for you anywhere you go. We as black people, this is how we are being treated. So regardless whether you are Somali or not, if you are black, just be proud of you are black. Simple and easy.
Usually, refugees systems don't survive on empathy. They survive on donor money, and donor money is drying up. Global attention has shifted to new conflicts, domestic pressures are rising in donor countries, and long-term displacement is no longer being funded at previous levels. Host countries are being left alone, and they are responding by hardening their policies. Now, we get to the most uncomfortable part: identity. For years, voices loudly rejected black identity, rejected African identity, and claimed Arab identity instead. But identity isn't something you declare alone. It is something other people accept or don't. Here is the consequence people didn't expect. Arab countries don't automatically accept them. African countries are saying you denied our identity. Black communities are saying you rejected us. So when help is needed, the response is fragmented. Not because of cruelty, but because relationships were never built.
Give us the RTP.
Give you RTP.
God,
who must give you? You must go to your country and tell your government to give you. Yeah, you must go to your country and tell your government to give you RTP. You are here to give.
Why you take me the government here?
So if you distance yourself from Africans, you reject black identity, and you are not accepted by Arabs, you stand alone. And standing alone in a tightening world is the worst position possible. And let's be clear here, this is not about blame. This is not about attacking anyone. It is about understanding how the world actually works, not how social media says it should work. Identity without alliance is fragile. Influence without cooperation is actually empty, just as we can see. So the lesson here is very simple but uncomfortable. The world is becoming more transactional, borders are hardening, aid is shrinking. Communities that adapt, integrate, and build bridges will survive. Communities that rely on outrage, online narratives will keep being shocked by real-world outcomes. So this isn't the end of anything. It is a turning point. The question now is whether lessons are learned or are going to be repeated. Let me know your thoughts below in the comments section, and kindly be respectful about it. Let's have a discussion, disagree to agree. And if you want more breakdowns like this, make sure you become a part of our family by hitting the subscribe button. This is Faith Reacts. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.